Well, hi there. My name's Denise. I'm a stylist for Color Street, and today will be my first of the month of Halloween manis. It's going to be a mystery mani today, so I have this one, and I have this one. Mystery manis are fun, I think. So this is what I'm going to do today. I will show you in a minute what I got going on. The other thing is I wanted to give you an update on the status of my nails. I am letting the ridge filler dry, but my thumbs, all of the dip is gone, except for the tiniest little itty bitty bit at the very end. I filed it all smooth across the top, to get rid of the last of it, but the split is not happening. I don't have a split on either of my thumbs, which I thought I was going to have, as all of the injury that I did to it grew out. So I'm really happy about that. And I have some dip on this ring and on this middle, just a tiny bit on the ends. There's a little bit here that's growing out, but my pinky and a tiny bit on this one. And I buy the transparent one so that you can still do French manicures with it if you want to. This is what I got. It's this brand, Azure Beauty Dip Powder. You get this, you get the little bottle. It smells and behaves just like nail glue, but I think it's different. But you get that and that, and then you get a little file and you get a buffing block in the kit. It's Azure Beauty. I will look in my Amazon order thing from the last time I ordered it, and I'll give you a link in case you want to try. All I'm doing with the dip is putting it at the very end of my nails when I have any kind of peeling. You can actually kind of see where the peeling is, just right there at the very end. You can still see through the dip powder. My entire life long, I've had peeling nails. No matter what I do, they peel. I do use jojoba, and it does help. And my nails stay hydrated when I use the jojoba oil, but they still peel. And I think it's just because they don't like the polish. But am I going to stop wearing it? No, not anytime soon. No way. So that's my solution. It's just a tiny bit of dip at the very, on the bottom, the bottom third. I put the thinnest amount of the base. You know what? I'll do another tutorial. I'll show you how I do it. But it's really simple. And, you can barely even see any difference. It's not thick. It's just thin, like the way that my nail is. And what is on here? I keep seeing a little thing in the camera, but then I look. Oh, there it is. Okay. See, I didn't have to ask where are my nippers because they're right here. So I had a tiny little piece of skin right there. All right, all better. So anywho, that's what I'm doing. And I believe that it's also helping with the wear of the polish, because when you have the dip powder on, it's an extra layer on the surface of the nail. And when you put polish on your natural nail expands and contracts because it gets hot and cold. You put it in water, it expands because it absorbs the water. But the dip powder it's not porous. So I think that it's actually helping me get a little bit better wear. So maybe that's something you might want to consider doing. Anyway, all right, on to the mani. Thank you for watching. Oh, shoot. Could you see over here? No. All right. Our first color today is from Halloween a few years ago. I don't remember what year. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Do I not have a pinky? Oh, no. I thought I had a pinky for this one. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to just go in with the Bees and Nights, which is not a Halloween shade. But look at this. I mean, tell me this is not like Halloween all over the place right here with this one. And in terms of re-releases, they need to re-release this one, because when it comes to eye-popping purple, right here, this is what you get. This stuff is gorgeous. I fell in love with this shade the first time I put it on. And I know I say that with a lot of them, but come on, how can you not love this color? She is so lovely. Miss Bees and Nights. And if you have been a Color Street fan for a while, you probably know the other color that I'm going to wear because it's a gradient, but the purple in the gradient it's this exact color. It's like they used a Nights and they made it into a gradient. Let me grab my pusher right here. Oh no, that's not my pusher. I know you're in there. Don't do this. Don't you dare. Thank you. I am determined to not have to dig around for anything ever again. All right. Let me just trim this little bit away over here. Get my lighting better. Is that a little better? I think so. Sometimes I can just tuck this along the side, but I usually have to trim a little bit off right there. All right, so there's that. And our lovely and talented co-star, or I should say, this is the supporting player. The star of our show is Shadow Sisters. Oh, no, wait. Dang it, did I get the name wrong? Don't frickin' tell me. I did. It's Perfect Poison. This one is Perfect Poison, which is a black and purple gradient. Shadow Sisters is this one, which I have on deck. It's a more of a fuchsia gradient as opposed to purple. Yeah, this one is Shadow Sisters. All right, so Perfect Poison is our co-star, or our star of the show. Oh, no. Dang. All right, I might not be able to use you on my ring since that happened. All right, let's put you on the index. I actually don't have a ring finger strip for this one because I think I used them all. So let's put this one on here. See if I can make this work. Maybe, baby. Oh, you know what? I might actually... No, I don't know if I have another set of this or not. When you have a dark color, all these little tiny things at the end there, they really show up. If you have dark colors, they're very pale colors too. Anything in the middle, it's not as noticeable. But on a dark color, it's totally noticeable. All right, that is better. Now let me cheat this a little bit. And stretch this side a little bit more that way. Smoothie, smoothie. Oh, that worked. I mean, this side could be a little bit more covered, but you know, it's fine. I got a tiny little bit right here. I'm so happy that my thumbnail survived unscathed. You know what I'm going to do? Instead of trimming it away, I'm going to maybe press it down a little bit better. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good and gooder. Now let me trim a tiny bit over here. And what I'm going to do after this, I think I might just do a minimal tiny bit of makeup today. I don't want to do the full-on thing. And what I'm doing right now is why you do your thumbs last, because your thumbs really are your best tool. And if you just go super slow, don't push too hard. And if you keep your thumbnails filed, because they're thinner than the blade of my little pusher. There we go. That's better. And I got a little bit more under there. Good. Okay. Now what do I want to do? Oh, did I blow it? No, I didn't. All right, let's get Ibiza on my ring. Oh, no, wait, it's already on my ring. It's already on my pinky. Okay, I needed to get this one on my ring. I think this one's a little bit whiter. Actually, are you a ring sized? Okay, cool. Oh, why is my dry eye plaguing me now? I put drops in. Stop it. Stop annoying me. All right, carefully. That worked. Good. And there's that. Ah, this goes on like a dream. Thank you very much. And now I've got a little uncovered on this side, but it'll be fine. No, you're not quite. Actually, you're not quite where I want you. Let's go a little closer to my cuticle. That is better. All right, that's good. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. You know what I might do? I know, you know what I'm thinking of doing. Do I have a long skinny one of, yeah, I sure do. All right, let me, I mean, this is why I keep the long skinny ones. They're too narrow for any of my nails, but I do keep them for this purpose. Oh no, with the black, you're going to be able to see that. Okay, I'm just going to have to live with it. Wah, wah. Sacrificing a little tiny one. All right, let's get Ibiza on my middle. And then this is the ring finger size that I couldn't use on the other one. Yeah, here we go. Easy, does it? Let go. Welcome to Static City. My name is Denise. I'll be your hostess for the afternoon. Come on. Okay, you're going to be a problematic one, aren't you? Let go. Easy. Yeah, this is an old set. I've had it for a few years. And sometimes they don't want to let go of the backing, but that time it worked. Maybe a little more. Stretchy, stretchy. Good. I don't want to stretch it too much because I did stretch this one too much and you can kind of see right there. I might have to put another one on top of that one just because we must be impeccable. All right, that went on good. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to do another one on this one because the purple is not as pronounced as it should be. But that's okay. We can fix it. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to see. All right, let's just round that out a little better. Make it not quite as pointy. Good. Now this one I have to stretch it a little bit more. I thought I did enough. And that's better. All right, and before I do my thumbs, I am gonna... What is on there? Stop it. Thank you. Let me fix my ring on this hand. You can totally see how purple this one is next to this one because it started to come apart a little bit because I stretched it too much on this hand. So I'm just gonna sacrifice half a strip, fix it a little bit. I don't want to stretch this one as much, but I want it to cover, I don't want it to look like I have two strips on this one. I want it to just be a smooth, seamless application, and I don't know that I'm gonna get it, but we must have the purple. That is much better color-wise, but I don't like it when you can kind of see near my cuticle that they're layered. But, you know, I'm probably going to be the only one that even notices or that cares. And now the purple is where it should be. All right, that's good. And now for my thumbs, I need... Do I have two Ibiza Nights? Yes, I do. Okay, good. Maybe I'll put... No, I really only have one more. I only have these Purple Poisons left. Oh, no. Perfect Poison. And the rest of these are all Ibiza. Well, I need to go and get more Perfect Poison for next year. Or anytime, really, but it's such a fabulous shade. It's like I don't want to wear it because I don't want to run out, but then I don't wear it, and then I'm bummed because I don't wear it, you know? Can I take that off? No, okay. All right, there's that one. And I wish that I could use a thumb twice, but this is what I have left to cover this nail. Well, you know what? Let me just see something. Can I do this? Can I do it this way? Will it work? I don't know. No, there's an area right over on this side where this is not wide enough. And if I stretch it, the color's going to do the same thing it did on here. So, all right, now I know. Sometimes I can do that, but not today. So have we watched Dancing with the Stars yet? From last night? I think I'm in love with Robert Irwin. He's like my spirit animal. I love that guy. And yes, he is all growed up. I mean, holy moly. The guy can dance, but man, he's made fitness his mission, clearly. I've seen other videos of him. He's actually an underwear model. There's an Australian brand of underwear that he's been modeling for. And the boy is in such phenomenal shape. He's stunning. He's adorable. And he can dance. And he's smart. And he wrestles crocodiles. I mean, come on. What more could a girl possibly want out of life? I mean, I could be his mother. I could be his grandmother, probably. Oh my God, where does the time go? See, this one is kind of transparent on that side right there, over here. See what I mean? You can totally see the white underneath there. Do I want to? Yeah, you know what? It'll be fine. I'll probably end up having to trim it off anyway. Okay. Oops. No, not yet. Okay, that's good. And part of why I do mixed manis and hardly ever wear the same shade on both hands is because I want longevity with my sets. I want to be able to keep these for a long, long time. Perfect Poison is this one. All right. And see this, again, this is why I always put, if I put these in this way, what's the name of the shade? I don't know. I can't tell. I can't read it. I can't see it. I mean, you can kind of barely see it. But if you put them in the other way, like this, flip them over, then you can always see. And a lot of times the sets are very similar, but you really know which one you want. So that's just why I pack them that way. I've been wanting a demonstration of that for a while because I know I talk about it a lot, but now you see what I mean. And here's a Bees Nights. Okay, I'm going to seal this, and there's a tiny bit of steam. You can't really, yeah, maybe you can see it. What do I have that's dark? Here's my phone cover. Do you see where the steam is? There's two little spots of steam. One is right here. When you see that, you know it's sealed. So, and again, this is my super cheap, like $7.99 Amazon little tiny flat iron that I bought specifically for this. I have two of them. I have one in my bag that I travel with. And then I have this one here, so I don't have to remember to pack it, because one time I forgot to pack, and I was very upset with myself. All right, what do I want to do in my face? Let's just go easy. Easy breezy beautiful. Actually, CoverGirl is not a brand that I've ever really gravitated towards. I don't know why. It's not like, I can't really say that I tried something by them one time and didn't like it. I just never have used them, and I'm not sure. So do you guys have any like CoverGirl products you like? Or what are your brands anyway? I think we all know what mine are. MILANI, Elf, Maybelline. Oh shoot, I forgot to put moisturizer on. I knew it. Oh, I didn't put my rosacea goop on either. All right, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go without it today. The only thing that is my non-starter that I fully do every single time, the minute that I'm done drying my face off after washing it, the jojoba goes on right away, instantaneously. My skin loves it. I can't explain it. It just is. All right. I definitely need to do brow. Let's do a quick brow. Where's my mirror? Dang it, I said it. Fuck. And it's right here, literally. But, you know, I put things on top of it. It's the first thing that comes out of my bag, my little pouch, when I start doing my makeup. The mirror comes out, and then everything else goes on top of it. And then I'm like, where's my mirror? Damn. All right, I will do one video where I don't have to say where is anything. I'll have it all right here. Am I silly about that? I don't know. Because I'm sure that nobody wants to watch me going, where is it? All right, I think that's it for this one. What did I just say? Stop. All right. Why is it that I can't talk when I'm doing my brows? Is it just me? Well, at least I don't have my AC on today. It's actually starting to cool off a little, but I think it's gonna, it always happens that way where it cools off a little bit and then it gets hot again. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have another couple more heat waves between now and, you know, when winter sets in. But I remember going to school in high school, my whole, you know, high school life, around the holiday time in shorts. It's just, our climatology here is so whack. We're at the mercy of the jet stream, and that's why Seattle gets so much rain and Northern California gets so much rain, because the jet stream always tracks north of us. Everything always goes up and over. Unless there's a high pressure system. Low pressure brings the rain, and high pressure is drier conditions, drier weather. And when you have all of the low pressure being tracked to the north because of the way that the jet stream is, we're at the mercy, you know, we're at the mercy of that. And it's also why it's so much drier here, because we've got a desert climate, but we also happen to be by the ocean. But as opposed to the Atlantic on the East Coast, our water here is cold. You can get in our, go to Santa Monica Pier, go to Malibu, go to the beach. At height of summer, mid-July, put your feet in and it is cold. You need a wetsuit. So, because of the coldness of the water by the ocean, the temperatures are cooler by the coast, which is kind of where I live. I live about 4 miles inland from where the water is. And that's kind of why I live here, is because I don't do well in hot weather. So I'm happy to be where it's not as hot. A little while ago, I was up in the valley and it was like 97, 98, 99 up there. I drove down the 405 to the west side and it was like 75. Because the hill, there's a hill between the valley and the city. And, you know, it's just a law of physics. Hot air doesn't, that's wrong. Cold air doesn't rise, it sinks. So all of the cool ocean air cannot rise and go up to the valley and cool the valley off when you've got this lid of hot air over it. So that's why it's so much cooler over here where I am. Thank you, Pacific Ocean. All right, that's good. Brows are done. And I think I'm just gonna go a quick little one and done on my, I've got my MILANI Gilded, Call Me Old Fashioned. This is my little mini, MILANI mini. I'm just gonna go in and with this one right here. They don't have names. But it's kind of like a bronzy, coppery color. Just to add a little something to my lids. I mean, you can almost not even see that I put it on, but it's there. And I'm going to tiny bit of the brown. This one right, brown. This is a cool tone brown, which I like for me. Just going to put a little on the outside. Now I'm going to probably need to put a little of the other one on again, just because it'll pop more if I do that. Good. Why is it that I always feel like I need to put more on this side, but not really so much on this side? Well, I know that my eyes are shaped differently for sure. Oh. Is it me? All right, I will bring this over here more. It looks like this doesn't have any of the bronzy shade right now. All right, I think that's better. Well, it has to be because that's what I'm doing. All right, a little bit of mascara. And this is my Color Street Triflex, as always, in black. They do have a waterproof version, but waterproof mascaras and I do not get along. I do not get along with waterproof mascaras. I'm not sure how the best way to say that is. Waterproof mascaras and me don't get along. It's like, would I say me don't get along with anything? No, it's I don't get along. I'm a grammarian at heart. I'm actually a member of the grammar police. I have a badge. It's shaped like a shield. And it says to correct and to serve. And it has a little apple icon. Apple for the teacher. But yeah, I'm such a stickler for grammar, and I wish I wasn't, but I can't help it. If you post a meme that I want to share, but it has a typo, I'm not doing it. I refuse. I refuse to perpetuate bad grammar. That's actually one of the things that attracted me to my boyfriend. I met my boyfriend on the internet playing backgammon, which right there is like totally random. How does that even happen? But during the time that you're sitting at this virtual table, there's you can chat in real time as you're playing in the match, your opponent. So, you know, you sit down, hi, good luck, what's your name, where you're from, whatever. And usually I will type something. Well, I have to back up a little. Where I play, usually the men have a bold font and it's dark brown or navy blue or dark green or black and it's bold. And you know, the women they're always frilly and really pretty font and it's pink and purple or sometimes red. So I sit across from this person and it's like green. It's a happy green. It's not a dark green and it's not a bold font. It's just kind of like this generic font and it's a nice happy color green. And usually I will type a sentence and wait 5 minutes while they're over there typing, probably with their toes or whatever. It's like you've got the little 3 dots that show that they're typing for a year, and then up pops one sentence. And it's like, oh my God, okay, whatever. I have no patience for this. Type faster, you know. So I'm talking to my boyfriend in this, you know, gaming thing, and within like 2 seconds, up pops like 3 sentences super fast. And I'm like, oh, well, that's refreshing. On top of which, see, here's the geeky part, okay? This is gonna crack you up. He was punctuating everything. Why are you apostrophe RE? Capitalizing every sentence, commas, it was like, oh my God, where is this guy from? So I'm thinking, okay, well, this is interesting. You know, the guy's actually a little bit smart. On top of which, I'm a fast typer. He's keeping up with me, actually probably typing even faster. He's a software engineer. Of course the guy can type, but I didn't know this at the beginning, you know. And then he got a tiny little bit flirty, not gross, not like, you know, get naked, nothing like that. It wasn't at all. It was very classy, very, very, you know, just a little bit flirty. And I thought, oh my God, where is he from? You know, so we ended up typing in this thing for 5 hours. The game became the secondary occupation that we were playing. It ended up just typing back and forth. And I'm like, he's saying things that are really funny. And I'm over there cracking up at things that he's saying. And then he asked me for my number, and I'm like, oh, crap. Have you guys seen Sleepless in Seattle? You know when Noah and Dad, played by Tom Hanks, can't remember his name, but Noah is the boy. And Noah is like, I like Annie. I want to meet Annie. And he walks over to the wall and he pulls down a map of the U.S. and he goes, where are we? And he points to Seattle. Where is she? She's in Baltimore. And he goes, how many states are between me and her? It's not happening. And as soon as he said he's in Florida, I pulled down the mental map and I'm like, where am I? Where is he? How many states? And it's like, oh God, you're going to give him your number, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh God, why are you doing this? Because long distance relationships never last, you know? Somebody always gets bored or somebody meets someone and all of that. So I never in a million years imagined that I would still be in a long distance relationship this many years down the line. And I'm not going to tell you how many years because it's definitely pre-pandemic. So I'm just going to throw a little powder on, reduce the shine. I know I'm very red today, but I don't think I want to put foundation on because I didn't do the other things. And I don't think that the foundation would lay very well over just moisturizer. So I guess I'm just going to be red today. All right, that's it for the makeup. We done. Well, do I need maybe a little bronzer? What is up with this? Maybe, I don't know if I don't think that I've ever actually put bronzer on over no makeup. So I don't know if this is going to look bad or not. e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer, Forever Sunkissed. Probably wouldn't even be able to tell I have it on. Nope. Oh, I know. Maybe a tiny bit of highlighter under my brow. Let's try that. I'm winging it. Get out of there. Come on. It's in the bottom of the little pouch that I put it in. All right. This is my no label anymore. But it's Essence Pure Nude highlighter and Forever. No, Be My Highlight is the name of the color. Which there's really no color. It's just glow. That's all you get. Because it's kind of a matching skin tone to my skin. So you really don't get any color once I put it on. It's just, I mean, I'm already kind of glowy anyway. But I love having it on my brow. I think it just adds a little bit of something without being like, you know, glittery. I don't like glitter. Well, who am I kidding? I love glitter, just not on my brow bone. I like having it on my eyes, on my lids, but come on now. All right, I'm just putting this back together in case you're wondering what that sound was. All right, away I go. That is everything. Do I want to do anything to my hair? Yeah, let me just put a little thingy up here. All right, yeah, that works. Get that out of there. Smoothie. Oh, hang on. I'm going to just go sugar high. Just be neutral and chill. NYX Spreader Gloss in sugar high. Yeah, this works. Easy peasy. All right, everybody, have an awesome day. Oh, I never did the full thing with the nails, did I? Sorry. So this is my first Halloween of several others. I've got a bunch more on deck. And I did order some in the current collection that are on their way now. So this will be for a few days. Maybe by the weekend, I'll be ready to do another one. But this is it for today. And I hope everybody has an awesome day. And thank you again for watching. And I will see you soon. Bye.